Good morning, hoes. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, good morning, ho, and welcome back to my channel. Hi, how are you guys? I just wanted to sit down with you guys today and film a Kim Kardashian inspired makeup tutorial. So I hope you guys like it. And just to get this video started, I do want to start off with a positive message. So the positive message for the day is gonna be, love yourself. It is important to stay positive because beauty comes from the inside out. I just feel like that quote is very inspiring because it's very true. You know, beauty does come from the inside. So on that note, if you want to see me go from a tired bitch to this, then keep on watching. So as you guys can tell, I'm already starting off with my eyelid primed. I'm using tape so that way I can get that nice snatched, like almost lifted effect. And since we are doing a Kim Kardashian inspired look, I thought we might as well just use her palette. This is the KKW X Mario palette. This is the first palette she launched, and since we are doing more of like a softer Kim Kardashian inspired look, we're not going to worry too much about using bright colors. I think I'm going to be doing more of like a bronzy look, the look that she usually goes for. We're going to start off with a color called Miami. It's going to be this color right here. And we're just going to start packing this color into the crease. And I'm just pressing the color into the crease area just to kind of build up that brown color first. And then I'm going to lightly blend it out using light sweeping motions. Yas, girl, look at that pigment. I love this color. Just to blend out the inner corner, you're going to kind of swish back and forth. And I like to bring the color almost into my nose. Try and make sure the brown color isn't going to touch the brow. And notice how I'm not bringing the brown all the way down to the inner corner. I'm just bringing it in almost like in a curved line down to here. So there's still a space between here and this brown color. And we're just blending that like that.
Oh, don't touch my husband.
Yeah, bitch, talk that shit again.
Did you hear me in your video?
Well, they just see me got your ass whooped too, bitch. Okay, so this is pretty much what you should have so far. And now with the Morphe M506, this is a smaller detailed brush. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and just blend this brown shade out with Decade. Decade is gonna be this light pink shade, I believe. And we're just going to pat this color onto the edges. And just with light circular motions, go ahead and just blend that brown shade and Decade together. And as you can see, the brow looks a lot more highlighted. Even though we haven't even done the brows yet, the color underneath just makes that brow pop a little bit more. And then just again with the Morphe M411 brush, I'm going to go ahead and dip back into the shade Miami, which is the brown shade, and kind of just intensify that up a little bit more. I'm just pretty much bringing back that brown color just to intensify it a little bit more and add a little bit more depth to the crease. Now going in with the smaller detailed brush, this is the M506. We're going to go ahead and dip into the shade Albanian, which is this shade right here. And we're going to use this to kind of darken up that outer V. And if you guys don't know what the outer V is, just keep on watching because you're going to see in a minute. Are there any like drugstore brand eyeshadow palettes that you guys want me to try? I don't really have drugstore brand anything, to be honest. Really just my primer. So if you guys have like drugstore recommendations, please drop some comments below. Let me know what you guys want to see. And same with the shade of Albanian. I'm not bringing it in all the way down because I still want to give myself a nice little inner corner highlight. So I'm just kind of bringing it as close as I can, but leaving that inner corner kind of blank. And just with light circular motions, just kind of blend that in. But try not to bring it too far up. You just want to mainly focus this darker color into the crease and the outer V. And now just to blend everything together again, I'm going to go ahead and dip back into the shade Miami and just kind of blend those two shades together. And I am going to tap off just because I don't want to overpower that red with this brown. And now with the shade Bronzy, I'm going to go ahead and use the Morphe flat packing brush. And I'm going to go ahead and dip into shade Bronzy, which is this shade right here. And we're going to pack this right onto that blank spot of the lid. I didn't wet the brush with this color because I do want to give the center of my eye more of a like highlight effect. You guys will see what I mean in a second. Alright, so you guys see that nice blank space right here? So we're going to go ahead and go in with the shade Glam, I believe. It's this more golden shade, and we're going to place that right in the middle. And because I do want more of a highlight effect, I'm going to go ahead and wet my brush as well. And I'm just going to lightly just pack that right onto the lid, right onto that blank space, and kind of just pull downwards. Okay, and since that is so blinding, I am going to go ahead and just dip back into the shade Bronzy. I'm also going to wet the brush for Bronzy and kind of give the bronze color a little bit more oomph, if you know what I mean. So you should have something like this so far. And then just to smoke out the bottom lash line, I'm going to be using the shade Loyalty, which is this dark brown shade right here. And I'm going to go in with the Morphe MB32 brush. It looks like this. It's kind of an angled brow brush, I think. I don't know. We're going to go ahead and just smoke out this bottom lash line. And you want to keep this shade as close to the bottom lash line as possible. And just kind of follow along the sides of your tape as well. Alright, and now just to highlight my inner corner and my brow bone, I'm going to be using the shade 2008, which is this beautiful shimmery like white. And I'm going to go ahead and just highlight the tip of my brow bone and also the inner corner of my eye. And I do want this to be extremely blinding, so I'm going to go ahead and wet my brush with the Mario Badescu spray. And I spray the spray into my hand, so that way I get all the product and I'm not wasting any of it. And since that inner corner is super blinding, I'm going to go ahead and tone it down a little bit. I'm going to just like poke at it a little bit. Okay, and whatever you do, do not walk out like this. So if it comes out this blinding and it's kind of a problem for you, I mean, some people like it, I personally do not. I'm going to go ahead and use like a nice clean pencil brush and kind of just blend that out. Okay, there we go. I kind of toned it down a little bit. So this is pretty much the finished eyeshadow results. I'm going to go ahead and apply some liner and some lashes. For liner today, I'm going to be using the Clinique liner. This is in shade Black. And I'm just going to give myself kind of like a little wing. Nothing too serious.
I love when I do my eyeliner with tape, but because the tape isn't really sticking, I'm going to go ahead and just remove it so I can show you guys how I usually do my eyeliner. I like to start from the inner corner and then work my way out, and then start from the outer corner and then work my way in. So for eyeliner today, I'm using the Clinique felt tip liner. I like to use the felt tip liners just because it helps with the angling better and you kind of get more precision because of the tip.
Alright, and I don't want to make the wing too dramatic, I just kind of want to leave it like that. And now for mascara. Today we're going to be using the Bad Gal Bang. This is from Benefit. I love this mascara. It is like pitch black. And it lasts all day. Alright, now that my mascara has been applied, I'm going to kind of give it a little bit of time to dry down before I go right in with my eyelash curler. I just feel like when I do this, it makes my eyelashes curl a lot better, and then it doesn't really stick to the eyelash curler. Ooh, I'm like feeling this look, you guys. I hope you guys are loving it too. Alright, so now that my mascara has had some time to dry, I'm gonna go ahead and just give my lashes a nice curl. I try and get as close to my lash line as possible. Alright, so that's what my lashes look like, just curled, no lashes applied, and a little bit of mascara. Alright, and then just for lashes today, we're going to be using the San Diego lashes. I don't know if you guys can see that, but they're these ones. They're really pretty. Alright, so I have the lashes in my lash clamp. And I'm going to go ahead and just apply some glue. Now, the same thing with the mascara, I do want to give this lash glue a little bit of time to dry down. And I'm going to go ahead and just tighten up the curl of my lashes a little bit. And I normally just wait about like 10, 15, 20 seconds. Alright, and now with these lashes, I am going to start from the inner corner first and then work my way out.
Yes, girl, look at that skill, that precision, everything. Oh my god, killing that lash game.
And now with my lash applicators, I'm kind of just pinching the false lashes onto my natural lashes. So you should have something like this. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and finish up the other eye off camera and I'll be right back. Since we are going for a Kim Kardashian inspired look, I do want to try and make my skin look as like flawless as possible. So I'm going to be using the new primer from e.l.f. This is the Putty primer. It's the Poreless Putty primer. It's $8. You can get this at Ulta or online. Looks like this. Supposedly it's a dupe for the Tatcha Skin primer. And I just kind of use my little spatula. I grab a small amount, probably like, I don't know, a pea-sized amount. And I just spread this onto my face. Okay, and now I'm just pressing. Will you stop wrinkling the bags and shit? And now I'm just pressing the primer into my skin. This feels very hydrating.
Bye, you ugly bitches.
Get the fuck out. Stupid bitch. Well, that was my brother, if you guys wanted to know. I don't know what kind of foundation she uses. I'm pretty sure it's something expensive, but I'm going to go ahead and just use my Lancôme foundation because I know that this one works and that this one is a really good foundation for my skin. And now I just applied my Lancôme foundation in shade 410. I'm going to go ahead and just slap this on right onto my face. And I do have a little bit of a breakout around my face, around my cheek area and my mouth. And then using the Morphe N444 brush, I'm going to go ahead and stipple this foundation and blend it into the skin. I'm just trying to use this brush and pretty much spread as much of the product around my face as possible. What kind of foundations do you guys like? Let me know. Like, I love full coverage. I love like canceling out all the redness in my face. I love hiding like any type of blemishes or anything like that. Like, I just feel like that is for me. Like, I love being full coverage. Not that I need it or anything. It's just that I want it. It's a want, bitch. It's not a need. I'm gonna go ahead and just use my sponge and pick up any excess foundation that is on my face that's really not being used, so that way I don't really look too cakey. Alright, so now that I am blended, instead of concealer first, I'm going to go ahead and go in with contour first. So I'm not going to make my contour too dark with a cream contour, and if I do need to warm it up a little bit more, I'm going to go ahead and just use a powder contour. And now just using the Morphe E8 brush, I'm going to go ahead and blend that out with stippling motions. And now with the E8 brush, I'm kind of using light motions and stroking the contour upwards. And this is just going to help lift the face. And now going back in with the sponge, just to blend everything together, I'm going to go ahead and lightly tap that in. So you should have something like this so far. Don't worry if it's not like super sharp, we're going to bake and brighten later. Okay, and now doing the same thing, I'm just going to warm up the matchstick on my hand again, like so. And then I'm not going to dip the brush into the matchstick, I'm actually going to just dip the brush right here onto my arm. For nose contour, I'm not going to dip into the matchstick, I'm not going to use any more product, I'm just going to use what's left on my arm. And I do want a pretty snatched nose today, so I'm going to go ahead and just put the contour. I'm going to use my angled brush from Sephora. And I'm going to go ahead and just contour my nose. Alright, and I'm just going to blend that out using my little, I don't know what kind of brush this is, but I'm going to blend it out using this brush. So now that we're looking pretty snatched, we're going to pretty much clean up the contour with the concealer. I'm going to first go in with the shade Tan Sand. Shake it up real good. And instead of using a sponge to blend this out, I'm going to go ahead and use this brush. This is the Morphe MB10. And I'm just using this brush and using patting motions. As you guys can tell, it's just a regular flat brush. And now with the shade Medium, I'm going to go ahead and apply it underneath my eyes and onto my forehead, kind of in the areas where I just want to brighten. With the same brush, I'm just going to use the other side and tap this out. Now that the concealer has been applied with the brush, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my sponge and just pick up any excess product. So now that you're concealed, and you're looking pretty snatched, but you look a little bit wet, it's time to go in with powder. I'm going to go ahead and just set underneath my mouth first.
I'm using the setting powder to pretty much set the foundation in place and lock it down so it's not moving anywhere or breaking apart. And this is also going to help me define the contour.
Alright, so now that I look like this, I'm going to go ahead and just dust this powder off. So for brightening today, I'm going to go ahead and just use the KKW brightening powder. This is in shade 1. And the James Charles palette. I'm going to use the yellower shade right here. And I'm going to kind of mix those two to help give me like a brightening effect. And what I do is I just use a nice small sponge. This is going to help control the powder, make sure you don't get it everywhere, and just only brighten the areas that you want to be brightened. So for me, that's going, just scratch the shit out of it. Oh my gosh, so annoying. So for me, my brightening areas are going to be underneath the eyes, bringing it down towards my mouth, a little bit on the nose and the forehead area, a little bit under the chin, and a little bit under the contour.
Brightening is like an extra step that you pretty much would use to help bring the light into certain areas of your face, which for me, I personally like to have that light brought in under my eyes.
Jesus, that is bright. Now I'm just going to dust off the powder with my Morphe brush. This doesn't have a name. Jesus, I look like crazy. Alright, so now that it looks like you just dipped your whole mouth in milk, time to go in with some Mario Badescu spray just to get rid of that powdery look. I'm also going to spray my sponge, like so. And then I'm just going to go ahead and just absorb pretty much any excess powder that's on my face. Alright, so now that you're back to normal and you're looking nice and refreshed, let's go ahead and give the face a little bit more warmth. And I'm going to be using the Too Faced Cocoa Contour Palette. See, just like that. So for blush today, we're going to be using the Kylie Jenner blush. This is the X-rated blush from Kylie Cosmetics. Whoops, we almost forgot to contour that forehead. I was like, damn bitch, that forehead was looking big. What the hell did we do? It was what we didn't do. How could we forget? Now, just to finish up the eye look, I'm going to go ahead and go in with the NYX black retractable liner. So now that we have the NYX retractable eyeliner in our waterline, I'm going to go ahead and smoke the waterline out with the shade Loyalty, which I believe is this one right here. And now I'm just going to go in with the Morphe M506 brush. It's the smaller detailed tapered brush. And I'm going to dip into the shade 2008 just to help smoke it out a little bit. Okay, and just for brows today, I'm going to go ahead and just use my Anastasia brow pencil in the shade Granite. And I'm gonna just fill in any sparse areas. Alright, you guys, now that the eyes have been complete and you are smoked out and snatched, it's time to move on to the lips. Now I'm gonna do more of like a nude lip today. And I'm gonna give my lips a little bit more definition today.
Yes, girl, we love a good overdrawn lip, if I don't say so myself.
Alright, so I kind of gave myself some chola lips, but that is okay. Alright, and then just for the lip color today, I'm going to be using the Jeffree Star Liquid Lipstick in shade Posh Spice. Alright, I'm just going to give that a minute to dry down so that way I can blend it in. I'm going to use the Jeffree Star 24K highlighting palette, and we're going to dip into shade Sarcophagus. And I'm not going to wet the brush. I don't want this to be too blinding. I still want this to be like really natural-ish. Alright, you guys, well that pretty much sums it up for this look. Like I said, I was going for more of like a Kim Kardashian inspired makeup look, but I did have to give it a little bit of a twist, because you know, I'm a glowing queen. The shout out is going to go to Haley Johnson. I just want to say thank you, Haley. I swear, all the love and support you give to me makes me just feel so happy inside. You're so sweet. I love that you share my posts pretty much every chance you get. I really do appreciate that. It just shows me that you believe in me, and like, it's just so heartwarming. I just really want to say thank you so much for that. I hope you guys love it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you go. Give this video a thumbs up and share the video, ho. It's not that hard. Click on the little share button, copy the link, post it on your Facebook, post it on your Instagram, post it wherever, bitch. As well, thank you so much, and I will catch you hoes on the next one. Bye.